Good afternoon, everybody. It's Paige Hungate for this week's Engage with Paige. We actually didn't get any questions this week. The only submission was asking me to wrap the entirety of Baby Got Back because I'm able to do that and I tweeted about it, but unfortunately I don't think this is the time or place for me to wrap the entirety of it. So that won't happen today, but what I will be talking about is our survey results from last fall's semester survey that we sent out. So we sent it out to a representative sample of students, and we ended up getting around 350 responses, so we were really happy with that. And then we came up with 5 of the most important things that came out of that survey relating to student government. So we'll be posting this survey recap tomorrow. Actually, not tomorrow. We'll be posting it on Thursday. Sorry, we're filming this on a Wednesday, so confusing. We'll be posting it the same time that we post Engage with Paige, so look out for that. But basically, I just wanted to talk through this today and just give you an update on what happened with the survey. But I will encourage you to submit your questions at any time to the Engage with Paige link, and we'll answer them next month. Okay, so fall break, that was something that came up. So we asked students if they would prefer to have a 2-day-long break in October and then the Wednesday through Sunday break in November during Thanksgiving, or if they would rather have a week-long break over Thanksgiving instead of the fall break as well. So we actually got a lot of responses on that one that really showed that students would rather have the week-long break over Thanksgiving. So 27.53% preferred the 2-day break and the Thanksgiving break. 56.33% of students said that they would prefer the week-long break over Thanksgiving, and then 16.14% said they have no preference. So we're planning on drafting legislation encouraging Wichita State to move toward the week-long break over Thanksgiving instead of the 2-day break, along with the shorter break for Thanksgiving. Next up, we have plus minus. So when we asked, when we provided a statement along with answers, the statement saying, I support the plus minus grading scale, and answers of strongly support, unsure, somewhat oppose, and strongly oppose. These numbers came back as 15.14% strongly support, 29.65% somewhat support, 13.25% are unsure, 15.46% somewhat oppose, and 26.50% strongly oppose. So if you can tell there with those numbers, there really isn't much of a preference either way. It's pretty equivalent on both sides of the issue. So we plan to draft legislation that just encourages faculty to understand that they're allowed to not use the plus minus grading scale for their courses, since that's not what the institution requires you to do. So we wanted to move forward with asking to eliminate the A- as part of the plus minus system, but unfortunately that's just not something that we think that we'll be able to accomplish, just because every institution either has plus minus or they don't, and so getting rid of the A- just it wasn't going to be feasible. So we're going to be advocating to the Faculty Senate that they really need to encourage their faculty to understand that they're allowed to not go for the plus minus system. And that way, hopefully for classes, your professors will select to not go for the plus minus system. For readership, so the collegiate readership program, we asked if people were aware of it. So for yes, we have 25.57%. And then for unsure, we have 11.49%, and then for no, we have 62.93%. So an overwhelming majority of students don't even know about the collegiate readership program. So then the people who said yes, which was that 25.57% of students, 52.5% of those students said that they never picked up a paper. And then when we asked if funding the program with student fees was of value, 55.96% stated that they were just unsure. And we allude this because a lot of people just don't even know about the program, so they're just unsure if we should be funding it. So that being said, SGA discontinued the collegiate readership program along with USA Today, that provided USA Today, Wichita Eagle, and the New York Times to campus. And that was because of the perception from students that it was unnecessary, but more so than that, there was a breach of contract and we weren't getting the deliveries that we were required to have with our contract, so we ended up ending that program. Fourth, we have safety on campus. So the statement was posed, I feel safe on campus, and 39.24% said they strongly agree with that. 42.41% say they're unsure. They somewhat agree. 7.91% say they're unsure, 8.23% somewhat disagree, and 2.22% say they strongly disagree. So we're really encouraged by these numbers just because students are reporting that they do feel safe on campus. But that being said, we do understand that students have always wanted to have security cameras on campus. And so we've actually moved forward with working with the administration and the university to implement security cameras on all of the blue light emergency poles on campus. So those will be going up hopefully over the summer, and they'll be here by the fall semester. But we'll have $92,000 worth of cameras, which will be 360-degree cameras on every single one of those blue light poles, which will be outstanding, and that'll be a great first step with security and safety on campus. And then the last one is just regarding SGA knowledge. So we asked, do you feel that the Student Government Association represents your interest? So a large majority of students, 52.24%, answered that might or might not. So we believe that students just aren't sure what Student Government Association stands for. They don't know. And we also looked at the yes and no numbers. So definitely yes, somewhat yes, definitely no, somewhat no. And those were actually equivalent on both sides. So we saw the majority being that they just didn't know if student government supported their interests. So this leads us to believe that we just need to experiment more with different ways that we can connect and engage with students, and we'll definitely look for ideas, and we are asking for ideas if you all have any ideas on how to really connect more with people. But we also would encourage individuals who do know about student government to tell other students what student government does and what we're responsible for, because that is word of mouth is some way to really spread the word around campus. So with that, that's really the survey dashboard, but we'll be having our next Engage with Paige at the beginning of next month, so in March. But happy February. I hope you all have a great month, and I'll see you there next month on March 1st. Bye.